welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shaughnessy, and if you like my vibe, subscribe. So today I am doing the 12 fragrances, 1 per month tag. And I have to tell y'all, this was the hardest tag I've done so far. You would think it would be, you know, the 10 fragrances for life or something, but just to use 1 fragrance for each month, this was hard for me. So let's get started. I'm going to start with January. So for January, in the colder months, as I've stated previously, I like to smell sweet and yummy. I just like smelling sweet, a little gourmand. So for January, I chose Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle. And this is a vanilla pear vetiver fragrance. To me, it's a formal fragrance. It's an elegant, sweet fragrance. And during the colder months, I tend to want to me, it's like you dress up more. And I think this would be beautiful in January. And I can see myself wearing it every day. I don't know, since I have the small bottle, if I want to wear it every day, because it'd probably be gone the way I spray. Oh, and let me tell y'all, I did not put one niche fragrance in here because I was like, I'm not using one of my niche fragrances every day for a month anyway, because I'm not trying to spend that money that quickly. So just preface that right here. So February is a shorter month, and I live in the South, and it's still cold. I think January is our coldest month, but it's still cold, not super cold, but cool. And like I said, I like to dress up, so I feel like I wear dressier fragrances during the cooler months. So for February, I chose Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. And this is an elegant, classy fragrance. It is vanilla, lavender. It's got some powderiness to it. It's to me, a sophisticated fragrance. For me, this is not something I would probably wear daily. But when I wear this, I get compliments. I remember I had just purchased this and I wore it to work, and I was in the front office, and a lady was coming by and she said, Shaughnessy, I smelled you when I was back towards the back of the building, well, back of the front offices. And I just couldn't wait to see if you were wearing this fragrance, because she bought it after I told her about it. So I can see myself wearing this every day in February. Love it. Mon Guerlain. And for March, it's still cool. Like, it's cooler in the daytime. Towards the evening, afternoon, you know, it's starting to warm up, but it's not hot. So I was like, what fragrance would I want to wear that would work in cool weather and warm weather? And smell, you know, you're on the verge of spring. What would be a good transitional fragrance for me? And I chose YSL Mon Paris. This is so girly. This is a girly scent. But to me, you don't have to be, and you know what? You wear what you want to wear, whatever age, because that's just all. Fragrance is personal preference to me, for anyone. But for me, in my opinion, this is a girly fragrance that any age could wear. You know, it's just so feminine, so girly. It reflects the bottle to me, and it's not, this on my skin is very strong. You know, I oversprayed this one day and I gave myself a headache because I told you I'm a heavy sprayer. So I had to learn with this one. Now, it projects very well. That's why I know it'll work when it's cooler. I know, but it's not one of those heavy fragrances that it would bother me when it's warmer. So I thought it would be perfect for March, and I wouldn't be mad at wearing this every day for the month of March. I love this fragrance. So for March, Mon Guerlain, YSL Mon Paris. Okay, April, you know, it's raining, flowers are blooming, you have, you know, spring is in the air. You're ready to, you know, for me, I'm ready to pull out my flowery outfits, my very spring, ultra feminine outfits. And so I chose Cartier Baiser Volée for my April fragrance. When I smell this, when I first bought it, it smells sophisticated. It smells classy. And I also thought of spring because of that lily. It's a floral, soft, powdery fragrance, and I fell in love at first sniff. I love this. And in April, I'm at work because I have part of the summers off. So I'm at work and I wanted to choose something that, you know, I would still feel that was work appropriate. And this it's just, you smell like a classy woman with a little money. It does. An absolute favorite. I don't think I get bored with fragrances. That's probably why this tag was so hard for me, because when I'm trying to use a fragrance up, that's when I'll use it every single day, and I may take a break when I am, you know, going somewhere special, and then I'll wear what I want. So I'm not one to wear one fragrance for a whole month. This Cartier, I don't think I get tired of any of the ones I'm choosing, and that was one of the reasons why they got chosen. So Cartier was April. May in Texas is getting warmer, okay? You can feel summer just coming on at you. And in May, at my job, you know, you have the end of the year, end of the school year ceremonies. You have different events going on. Sometimes you might be outside, other times you're inside, mingling with guests, with parents, visitors. So I was like, what is a fragrance that I think would be appealing at work but fit the season, and that I wouldn't mind wearing, you know, going out doing things in my personal life? So for May, I chose Signorina by Salvatore Ferragamo. This is, to me, a very feminine fragrance. When I smell it, I smell soft flowers. I smell powdery fragrance. I also smell kind of a soapiness to it that I think would work perfectly as it's getting warmer in May. And it is, to me, a very spring fragrance. It's like I said, it's a very pretty, feminine fragrance. And I don't think I would get tired of this one either. Yes, I really like this one. And the bottle is just, I just love this bottle. Even though I know people can't see the bottle, but hey, good perfume bottle is nothing to sneeze at. So June for me is, I'm winding down the school year. You know, I'm like, summer vacation is on its way. Oh my goodness, just let it come. That's my mentality in June. But it's more casual at work for me, those last 2 weeks I work in June, it's a more casual atmosphere. So I was thinking, okay, what is something that is still work appropriate, even though it's more casual, but that would take me on into my summer vacation, getting ready to have me a good old time. So I chose Versace's Woman. And I love this bottle because, you know, my favorite colors are pink and purple, and just look at that. So pretty. This is a fun, fruity, kind of a woody, musky fragrance. And I can just see myself being happy, spraying it, going, okay, girl, 2 more weeks, then I'm out, and then spraying this, okay, going to the movies, okay, I'm going to meet you over here, we're going to have a girls' day, meet you for brunch. I can just see me enjoying this for June. So for June, Versace Woman. Okay, July, we're all burning up in Texas, and you are sometimes having barbecues, you know, you're going out enjoying your summer, maybe you're traveling. For me also, towards the middle of July, I'm getting ready to go back to work. Oh, so I'm like, what is a fragrance that could have me partying, having a good time in July when it's hot, but that I also wouldn't mind returning to work with? So this is one of my absolute favorites, new to my collection, has become an absolute love for me, and that is Toy 2 by Moschino. You all have heard me describe this fragrance endless amount of times. But if it's your first time, here we go again. This is a happy fragrance to me. It's citrus, works well in the heat. It's fresh. It's got that sweet, hard candy scent to it in the fragrance. And it's got that woody dry down. It is so good. It is a happy, but also to me, a sexy, alluring fragrance for it to be a citrus fragrance. It smells differently to me. As I said in a previous video, if you take light blue and Versace Yellow Diamond and Versace Eros EDT and add, you know, your favorite elements from each of those fragrances, it makes this fragrance. Love it. Wouldn't get tired of it. I think I would probably get compliments when I would wear this to work too, because it is so good. And as I mentioned before, I'll get the men in my life, I'll ask their opinion on what they think of one of my fragrances. And I asked my brother this, and I always say, okay, 0 to 5, what would you give this fragrance? And he's picky, y'all. He is so picky. And he gave this a 5. Don't let the bottle throw you off. I know it's not a very adult, it's cutesy, but what's inside, the juice inside, is good. So for for July, I would be rocking Toy 2. So now we're in August. And August can sometimes be even hotter than July. And I'll be at work. And I will be doing things, because it's not a full work week when we start. So I'll also be having some fun on the side. But I didn't have to think about it. This was easy. Because when it is super duper hot, it's 2 fragrances I gravitate towards. And I decided to go with my Old Faithful Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Never fails me, gets me compliments, keeps me smelling good in the heat. And I couldn't imagine not wearing this for a whole year. So that's why I was torn between, I'll tell you, I was torn between this and Acqua di Gioia for, what month am I on? August. I was torn between those two. And I couldn't imagine not wearing this because I've been wearing it. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why I have little itchiness on my face. I couldn't imagine not wearing this for a year because I've been wearing it over 10 years. And I think everybody kind of knows what light blue smells like. For me and my skin, it's a light lemon candy, fresh scent. On the dry down, it can be a little woody, a little musky. Perfect for the heat. Perfect. Just love it. So this would be my August fragrance, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. September. It is still rather warm, okay? You might get a cool day towards the end of September thrown in. So I was like, okay, this is another transitional fragrance. What would I want? Because I'm going towards the months where I like to smell sweet. So I was like, what can I wear that I would enjoy for the month of September that would take me into fall, but would still be light enough for when it's hot? So I chose Flower Bomb by Victor & Rolf Bumlicious. Look at that cute bottle. This is it to my nose, okay? This is a cherry citrus rose fragrance. It's creamy, it's a little sweet, it's a little woody, but it's not heavy on my skin. And I've always wanted Flower Bomb in my collection, but for some reason, the original Flower Bomb just does not appeal to me. I haven't smelled it in a long time, so you know, your nose changes. So, oh my goodness, I have just got an itch. I'm sorry. So, you know, I don't know if I'd like it now, but this one I had a sample, you know, my makeup bag full of my perfume samples. It gets me in trouble. And I pulled this out and I said, because I was just wanting Flower Bomb in my collection. And I really, really like this. And I hate that it only comes in this size. But yes, I just love this. So pretty. And I do believe that it would work for me in September. I can see it not being overwhelming when it's hot. And I can see it, you know, smelling very, this is kind of a, yeah, I can see it smelling really good in the cool weather too. So, yes, Flower Bomb Bumlicious for September. Okay, you all, for October, the fragrance I chose, this was a no-brainer too, because when I smelled it, I immediately thought of fall when I first smelled this fragrance. And that is Paco Rabanne's Olympia Legend. Why do my things? Yes, when I smell this, I think of fall. I think of the leaves changing. I think of, you know, I'm going to be a little basic. I think of the people getting excited about pumpkin lattes from Starbucks, because this has, to my nose, it smells like cinnamon. It's ginger. It reminds me of like ginger cookies or cinnamon like pound cake. It does. To me, this smells like fall. And I'm the type, I am a seasonal fragrance wearer. You know, you wear what you want when you want. But for me, that is how I wear my fragrances. So when I initially smell something, I will think of a season. And when I smell this one, I immediately thought of fall. So for the month of October, I would be wearing Paco Rabanne's Olympia Legend. November. When I think of November, I'm thinking of, woo, I get a week off. Hey, that's usually what I'm thinking of. So, and I might be traveling. So I said, okay, this was a hard one for me. But I went with Chanel's Coco Mademoiselle, because ever since I've purchased this fragrance, and I've had it for a few years. I always wear this during mostly the fall, sometimes into the winter. So I couldn't imagine not wearing it for one of those months. So that's why I chose it for November. This is just a classic fragrance. It's, to me, it's a fresher patchouli fragrance. It has some citrus in it. And to me, this fragrance has always had a sharpness to it, a kick. And that's why I always wear it during the cooler months. And also I chose it, to be completely honest, I'm ready to use this up. I think I've had this at least 5 years. So I'm ready to go ahead and use this perfume up. And that's another reason why I chose it. Because when I'm wearing it every day, it will be used up the way I spray. Okay, woo, we are in December. So in December, it is, it's getting chillier, and I'm thinking of, I get 2 weeks off from work, and I'm thinking, where am I going to travel to? I'm thinking about visiting people. I'm thinking about maybe getting together with friends and family, having a good time. And I also love to smell sweet. And this was another fragrance that I couldn't imagine not wearing for an entire year. So for the month of December, I chose Prada Candy. I have gotten so many compliments on this fragrance ever since I've worn this fragrance. I don't know. I know over 5 years. This is my second bottle. And like I told you in what video was it? One of my previous videos, that I don't quickly repurchase what I use up, especially when it comes to fragrance, because I'm like, there's so many. There's so much to choose from. Always something new. But this one, it took some years, but I did repurchase it because a friend of mine was wearing it at work. And that was after I brought her a sample of it. I said, what are you wearing? You smell so good. She said, Shaughnessy, it's Prada Candy. You know, what you told me to get. And I went and bought it. And so that made me go buy another bottle for myself because I started missing it. It's sweet. It's benzoin. To me, it's not candy-like. To me, it's vanilla. It's been a long time since I sprayed this bad boy. Let me see. I can't just remember. Yes, it doesn't smell, it's sweet, it's creamy. To me, it even has like citrus undertones to it. But especially the benzoin. Yes, and when I smell it, I do think of winter, because I hunted this perfume down when it first came out. And then I had to save up to purchase it. And I do. I like it. It's always lasted quite well on my skin, and I've always received compliments when I've worn it. So for December, my fragrance is Prada Candy. Whew. Okay, y'all. Like I said, this tag almost took me out. I enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed it, please give me a big thumbs up. Please tell me what fragrances you would wear for each month for the entire year in the comments below. I love reading your comments, and I love talking with you all and interacting with you. Please share this video with everyone, especially the fragrance lovers of the world. Share and say, y'all need to check out Shaughnessy. Please turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video. And as I always say, if you like my vibe, subscribe. Until next time, bye.